Welcome to A New View. This week's episode is trust. That's a big word. Some of us have been wounded in that area, but we're talking about this week on A New View, trust. What does it mean to trust God? And when we were kind of talking about this, because it's a big subject, I mean, we're not going to try and tackle this in a few minutes and really dive deep, but kind of just get us talking about the whole aspect. You know, what does it mean to trust God? And here are two great little nuggets from a friend of mine, Dawn Baker, put this on, and she said, trust is obedience in the dark.
I love that.
And that spoke to me. It was short and sweet, and I'm like, okay, trust is obedience in the dark. And then there was another little one that I saw online from, I don't know who said it or what little, it could have just been one of those little reshare images or whatever. And it says, trust is actually a level deeper. It's believing God with the heart. So sometimes I guess our mind can trust that, okay, I know my mind tells me because his word says he works all things out for my good. Okay, but this doesn't feel good right now. My heart is aching, but in the midst of my heart aching, do I trust him with my heart? So I was like, ooh.
Emotion is deeper than rationale.
Yeah. So that really got me. So, you know, so what does it mean to trust in God?
Well, I know for me, I have a story to share about this. And looking at the verse, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, which is Proverbs 3:5. I had to hold on to that. This is right after Harvey. And so Harvey had hit Houston. And it was a hard time for most of us.
Yes.
You know, whether we were helping or our home was hit. So for me, that was a challenging time because right after we kind of worked on some neighbors with the cleanup, it was a time in my life where I had a group that I'd done Bible study with just for years. And the group decided to go a different direction and no longer meet for Bible study. And I said, okay, Lord, now what? And I felt the need to immediately fill the space in. We talk about schedules all the time.
Right.
I felt the need to fill the schedule up. And the Lord really told me, no, you have to wait. You have to wait. Something good's going to come and you have to wait. And it turned out I had another opportunity that came along that would never have come if I had held on to that one class I was teaching.
Right.
So then because I trusted and I waited, something fantastic opened up, and it was a new group and a new study, totally different direction, and I love it. I'm still doing it now.
Right.
But I would have never done that.
Right.
Had I not had the opening and had I not trusted.
Right.
So.
And how many times do we also try to rush things? I mean, I know in ministry, I have a lot of people. I've been pretty good at saying, I got to really trust God. And not to the point where I'm lacking behind too much, but your flesh can be like, oh, this is good, let's do. But if God is saying, this is what I want you to focus on, well, just to give an example, trusting God. Kim will know, we trusted God, I got presented with an awesome opportunity to start doing A New View with a television studio, which we love, Kingdom Broadcasting Network, and it was great. We did 3 30-minute shows a week. We had lots of guests on, and we did that for about 6 months. And we had to travel down to the television studio, all those things. But then when God was speaking to me some different things in our schedules and how, you know, Steph has younger kids than Kim or I or Marina has, and so and then God was calling her. We really knew that God was asking us to do things a little bit different. Okay, the outside people wouldn't look at that. They would look at that and say, "Why would you do that?" But it's trusting.
It looked like a step back.
It looked like a step back.
Yeah,
but for us, it was a step that we didn't have the stress of, if you've lived in Houston, Texas, and the traffic, you know, traffic.
And also it's a full day.
And it's a full day, and whereas we say, you know, technology is so wonderful, we don't have to do 3 30-minute shows. that's really probably not something for us. But God was not telling us to stop sharing with you a new view or little nuggets or little videos. And some of you love them, some of you may not, whatever. But we had to trust God that whatever. And I really think that we've been blessed by that. It's been able to really get our schedule to really open up, and we have it down to where we prepare, we meet, we have it, we shoot, once a month and bring you a new view each and every week. So that's trusting where kind of like the world would not really see like, did you really hear from God? Did you not? For each person, it's different. Or like you said, we'll miss the things that God has for us because we think, that's opened up, I got to put myself in there, or I need to do this.
Don't do it. Well, I think too that we talk often about feeling anxious or worrying, but when you're trusting, that's the opposite.
Yes, that's true.
So you're working in the opposite. And so I'm looking forward to this January because I'm going to have some time open up in my schedule, and I'm actually excited now.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I have some time open up. God is going to fill that with something. I can't wait to see what it is. And I'm not going to go ahead and just plug something in. I'm just going to let God fill it.
Exactly. And that's what's so wonderful. I have been jamming to this song, and I posted it yesterday. It's the Tasha Cobb's live album at the Passion Church or something. But it's called, I think, Passion Pursuit or something like that. And it's a live, but it's I'm Getting Ready. And it says, ears have not heard, eyes have not seen the blessing God's about to fall upon me. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready for overflow. And so I've been kind of jamming to that, and I kind of shared it on my Facebook page. But that's kind of the song that's been on repeat for me because we don't know. That's kind of like that obedience in the dark. It could be dark right now, but there's something in my spirit that says, yes, God, whatever you have for me, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to trust you that I'm about to see something I've never seen.
I don't know how to segue from that.
What is trusting you?
Back to the topic.
Right. So, but that was good, yeah. What was, what's Selena's niece's name?
Cameron.
All right, so I met this like great little girl the other day. Hopefully it's okay to call her a little girl. And she had a kind of a concept that I really enjoyed, and it was about God asks you to go out and plant seeds, but not necessarily to water them and put that sun lamp on them and prune them and be the one that controls their entire existence. So I have this thought this morning. Envisioning that God is delegating his earthly tasks, and he says, go out and plant seeds. Good seeds of love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And then some of us take that beautiful message that just happened, and we get confused, and what we heard was, plant these and control when the sun shines. Control how often it rains. Control who comes in and prunes things.
Yes. Oh.
And then we just have to understand he isn't asking us to come in and take over the company. He's the CEO and he's not looking for micromanagers. So again, we're coming into a season where sometimes there's a bunch of stuff we really want to have go a certain way or control.
Right,
and it's really not trusting. He does have plans and he does have purposes for individuals and occasions.
Yeah, it's kind of like, planting that tree, being okay if you never sit under it, the shade from it. If he tells you to plant it, it's okay. Others are going to enjoy the shade from that tree, the fruit from that tree. We just have to trust him.
And trust brings fruit.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Trust brings fruit. That was a nugget drop. That was an extra for all
of you. Y'all get your cornucopias ready. They're going to be full.
I love that, Kim. I love that.
I've never heard that before.
I love that. I'm going to use that.
Writing that one down. I'm going to get my cornucopia ready.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's so good. So we hope that you have looked at trust. Oh, gosh, I love that. Is your cornucopia full? If it's not, then maybe you need to take the control off of what you're putting in there. Just put it in there. Just put it in there. Trust brings the fruit. So if it's obedience in the dark to you, if it's trusting God with a deeper heart level than just with your mind, whatever trust looks like for you, we want to hear it. We want you to share your view with a new view because we hope that we've encouraged you because different perspectives are what is vital to growth. We're not always going to think the same way. We're not always going to do things the same way. What speaks to one person is not going to always speak to another, but we hope that it always gets you thinking. get you talking and get you saying that, hey, that is a different perspective than what I saw. So we hope that you've enjoyed this week's episode of Trust. Be sure and share this video with your friends and family and invite them to like Restored Ministries on Facebook. Take care.